So before we start this video, I want to say please proceed with caution when watching this video. It'll be talking a lot about self-harm, you know, stuff that revolves around the dark side of mental health. And because it's, Mental Health Awareness Month, I feel like this is important to film. And also my bird is here for emotional support because, this is like a really deep topic for me. So if you are sensitive to those topics, please just click out of this video. I understand, it's okay. Please proceed with caution. And if you decide to stay, please go ahead and take breaks if needed, especially with a topic like this. So yeah. Alright guys, enjoy the reaction video. What is up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Meriel and I make reaction videos. So today we are joined with Hobie. This is my other bird. I know you guys are used to Pilai, but this is Hobie. So yeah, today I'll be reacting to Agust D's music video to Amygdala. I'm excited to react to it because Agust D, Suga, Yoongi literally is one of the most amazing artists that I know of, and yeah, I'm super excited. Alright guys, before we get started, please consider subscribing, leave a like, comment any recommendations you may have, and follow my social medias. I'll be linked in the description below. And if you like more of this baby, let me know. Hobie, look, it's you. It's you. Alright, go to my shoulder. Oh, nope, he's gonna go on top of my phone. Alright. Okay, without any further ado, let's get started. Stop. Sweet. I don't know your name. I don't know your name. Okay, so already within the first few seconds of this music video, we see that Yoongi's in a little black empty room with the light on the other side. I think for me, just seeing that, especially repeating "I don't know your name," it's kind of you see the light right in front of you, but you're in the dark. And a lot of times when you're mentally ill, it's you're constantly stuck in a dark room trying to get up. And in this situation, because you can see that Yoongi's literally laying down and sleeping, because a lot of times when you're mentally ill, you are exhausted. It's just, the fact of literally being alive is hard. So you're always tired, and you can't really blame a lot, people that are have depression and all that, because just trying to function in life is hard as it is, and it takes a lot of energy out of you. So in the beginning, it's literally giving me that vibe. And also my bird is messing with my foot. Alright, let's continue. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay, so if you, I know a lot of my subscribers, unless you're BTS Army, a lot of you guys don't know that, the story behind, Yoongi specifically. I think when they were trainees, or the beginning of BTS, he used to be a delivery, he used to be a delivery boy. And he actually got into a really bad accident where he injured his shoulder really bad. And because though he was part of a group, he was trying to make ends meet. And also, I'm so sorry that my bird's tail is literally on the camera. Okay, but yeah, he was trying to make ends meet, working part-time, being a delivery boy, and being a trainee idol, especially in the beginning, because Big Hit was not exactly the most famous company yet. They were actually on the verge of being bankrupt. So because of that, Yoongi needed money, and so he did a part-time job, and he was coming from like a not so well-off family as it was. So for this, it hurts because, you know, this is like something that will constantly repeat in your brain because like it's so traumatizing being in an accident like that and like trying to like, you know, basically just trying to make ends meet. That's traumatizing. And I'm sorry we're gonna have to go back to it because like it's like, you know, you could be like in the most randomest of times, like where like it'll just trigger you, right? You can literally be sleeping and all of a sudden it's your nightmare, or you could literally just be sitting like how I'm doing right in front of my camera. We're doing a reaction video and like it could trigger you, and you don't know when it's gonna trigger you. It just will pop up in your head, and it's the weird thing about the brain, and like it sucks. It literally sucks. That's why like, I'm sorry. Let's continue. And like this is something that you would want to erase from your memory anyway. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, Yoongi. Okay, so this part, if I can guess context really well, this part specifically, if you're very sensitive to self-harm, please go ahead and fast forward, like, I don't know, like about 1 minute, and yeah, but like I said, if you need to take breaks while watching this video, please do. Because I think this also links between how he goes from Yoongi to his, you know, his alter, which would be Agust D. But yeah, hold on, let's continue. Oh, time out, my bird just pooped on me. Literally just pooped on me. Did you guys see that? That's disgusting. And he was on my head too. That's so gross. All right, sorry. Let's back up and let's continue. Oh. You know what? He has a point because like a lot of things that happen to you, especially the traumatizing things, they like happen out of nowhere, and you don't ask for these things. You think that you're going through life just like smooth sailing, right? You know, you're born, you live your life, and you know, you hopefully reach all these milestones, and then you finally die, right? In this situation, Yoongi has gone through a lot. So I feel like for this song specifically, Amygdala, especially with like knowing what the brain function for this is that, you know, it kind of processes like, if I remember correctly, because I did research this, I tried to, like it processes a lot of like traumatizing events, and in this situation, so like the title of this makes a lot of sense, especially for Yoongi, and like in that scene where he's holding the like box cutter to like his face, you know, it feels like you just want to like cut that part, cut yourself to like alleviate the pain. And I hate to like say that, but because Mom, Dad, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry to admit this, but I personally did have self-harm, and sometimes it is the thing that causes a relief from like the pain you're feeling in your head versus the alternative, which is, you know, unaliving. So for this, it's like it hits really deep for me because, you know, there's some events that really just it's a lot to handle, okay? Especially with Yoongi, like telling his story between like his, like when he was born, his mom like literally going through heart surgery and stuff like that. That's a lot. Even like just starting out in life, and you're like, you know, there's a video, I guess, I think it's on YouTube or somewhere, where like it talks about like how the very small things that you don't consider privilege are privileges. And in this situation, Yoongi kind of like stumbled on like the starting line, if that makes sense, and that sucks. All right, let's continue. Okay, we're gonna like talk about this part. Okay, if you guys know the Agust D lore, this is starting to make sense because Agust D is basically telling the story of like the pain that Yoongi has felt, you know, of becoming an idol, and you know, or throughout his life, really. You know, he's seen as like this, you know, cold person, but he's not. He's actually really soft, and I think that like though he's been through so much, he still like shows his love. I mean, yeah, it's not like very like bubbly, but he definitely shows up for the members and stuff like that. So for like Yoongi, this like it makes sense. It makes sense why how Agust D came to be and why Suga is the way he is. And like this part, ooh. Oh my god. Okay, so like see with that part, how that door is open and like there's a light, you know, after he like, you know, like I guess this is him cutting his face is like kind of like symbolic of like, you know, trying to get rid of the memory. So like, you know, I figured, okay, if I erase this from my head, I can probably finally go to the light and like go to the better things, right? But then that moment in your brain replays, and then you're just like, it's like you fall back to like where you started, where you're like in pain again and going, what the fuck? How am I supposed to move forward from this? You know, it's like mental illnesses are like trying to navigate. It's like not a race. It seems like there's no finish line, because somehow, some way, you end up at back of the starting line, and it's really weird. And I mean, I'm not weird, but I don't know how to articulate that. But it's hard because you're constantly going back to the starting line, even though you think that you're finally at the end. Like, I'm healing, I'm almost there, and then you somehow stumble back to the end. And also, my bird is biting me. So yeah, it's really hard. And that was kind of showcased here, where like the door kind of closes, and he can't go to the light. He can't exit the darkness, basically. See, it's like he's trapped inside the darkness of his brain, feeling pain.
그래 참 별일이 많았지 길가에 너무 심각시게 소리 전하지 못했던 내 사고 소식과 스케줄 중에 걸려 언제나 아버지의 가난 소식 최선의 선택들이 맞아섰길 그 또한 모두 지나가 버렸길 그래서 이 수많은 고통은 날 위한 것일까 끊임없는 시련은 알지.
And seeing all those pills, like, I don't know if Army, please don't come for me. I'm just going based off of like what I've heard. Yoongi actually, like, because of like going through all this, he went through a time of wanting to unalive himself. And like that's understandable because you're going through so much traumatic shit, and it's like one after the other, like he said in the song, one after another. It was one thing after another thing, and you know, trying to deal with that is like hard and traumatizing. You know, like I feel like luckily, you know, he had like a good support system for that, but you know, it's fine to have that mindset of like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but at the same time, you know, still always have empathy for someone that's going through like literally anything, because sometimes your perception of like, oh, that's not a big deal is like somebody's like breaking point and you don't know. So like, you know, just, you know, be sympathetic to people, y'all, because like it's hard, it's a rough world out here, and like this is like really deep for me, especially like now seeing the music video. It hurts more. All right, let's continue. And that's what it feels like whenever you're like going through like you're trying to heal, you're trying to get to the door, you're trying to get out, but it's so hard.
My amygdala, 어서 나를 구해줘, My amygdala, 어서 나를 꺼내줘, My amygdala.
Oh my god. Oh, Yoongi. Can we talk about that ending? How basically, I feel like my interpretation of the ending is like, you know, it's kind of like your past self knowing what happens to you in the future, and you're just trying to save yourself from going through what you went through, and then with all the struggle. It's kind of like that question that people like ask, like, would you want to change your past or would you want to see your future? And I feel like with this, it's kind of like, maybe I do want to go to the past and, you know, maybe change the outcome, but at the same time, how would that affect the future, like to where he is now? Because he's so successful now, and like he's literally doing a concert in LA that I'm not going to. You guys, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to the concert. And Yoongi, it made my feelings hurt. And it's kind of like, cause like when that happened, he was young, a lot younger. So it's kind of like his inner child like trying to save him in a sense. And hopefully that inner child is the thing that like helps him heal to hopefully making peace with what happened. Because I know, like, you know, there are times like when you like go through traumatic situations that you make peace with what happened, but at the same time, like, it's hard because like you end up falling back sometimes, and that's okay. You know, it's not gonna go away overnight. As much as you want to erase it, because like it's just hard, okay, you guys? Like, oh, Yoongi. Honestly, I feel like Amygdala is like my favorite song. D-Day, and I can see why. Oh, Yoongi. I can't. Yoongi just like knows how to hit me in the feels, and like I respect it a lot. Alright guys, so you guys enjoyed this little like in-depth analysis of like, you know, coming from a mentally ill person of Amygdala. Please consider subscribing, leave a like, comment your recommendation you may have, and follow my social media, so I'll be linked in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!